morning, boys and girls. I'm so glad you joined us today. We are sure missing you while we practice social distancing. My family and I are camping down at one of our beautiful state parks. We're here at Henry Horton, and if you remember, this is where Cotton the owl lives. Remember when Cotton came to visit us? Well, I was going to take my son Kyle to see Cotton, but I can't seem to find him. He was to meet me here at the campsite, but he's nowhere to be seen.
Well, here I am.
Did you see that tree move? He was hidden the whole time. He's been right here. He's been hidden. Kyle, are you ready to go see Cotton?
I'm ready as I'll ever be, Mama.
I guess you better take that outfit off because Cotton might land on you.
He might. I wouldn't like that too much.
Well, here we are in front of Cotton. Do you remember when Cotton came to school and visited with us? Remember we talked about how he was a bird of prey? I brought my son Kyle down to visit Cotton. He lives here in this cage. And remember how we talked about he was imprinted? And that meant he couldn't live in the wild anymore. He has to be fed and taken care of. They try to rehabilitate the owls and let them be released. But unfortunately, Cotton has to live in a cage now, and he gets to come to schools and visit with people like us. Can you see Cotton back there?
I can see him all right.
He's all fuzzed up. I wonder why he's fuzzed up.
I don't know.
I
Could be
bet-
anything.
I bet he could see copper. I don't think he likes copper very much, do you?
No. I think he'd take a chomp out of old Copper if he got a chance.
Remember how we talked about also when they eat, because they're birds of prey, they eat other animals? He eats small animals like mice and rats and little rabbits. But remember, they can't digest the bones, and we had to look at the pellets, and we could see the bones in the pellets because they threw those pellets back up. It's kind of gross, I think. But here's Cotton, and this is where he lives, down here at Henry Horton. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to move right into our reading lesson now that we have visited with Cotton, the owl. Today, I want you to get your packet, if you have it, and some paper and a pencil to write with. And I'll give you just a second while I get ready for us to write. Hi, boys and girls. Now we're going to do the reading part of our lesson. Today, we're reading an article called Don't Eat Me. This article is a nonfiction article, so that means it has facts in it. It also has a text feature called headings we are going to look at. This article called Don't Eat Me was adopted from a writing by Daniel Ritz. It's illustrated by Jim Madison. And I noticed in the illustration there's a little rabbit there, and he's in the snow. I bet we hear something about that in our reading today. So, have your article ready? And read along with me. Some animals eat other animals. So most animals have ways to protect themselves. They run or hide or fight. Our first heading is called Run. So I'm going to highlight that just so I can see it. And I'm going to look for details about that. Some animals move fast to get away from enemies. I think I'll highlight move fast to get away from enemies. For example, a gazelle can run as fast as a car. Ostriches run very fast too. Animals that run fast are hard to catch and eat. So I'm going to highlight are hard to catch and eat. Our next heading is hide. So we found out that animals can run and animals can hide. Let's read about hide. Some animals are hard to see. Oh, so if they're hiding, they're hard to see. That's like Kyle was. He was very hard for me to see over here in the woods. A snowshoe rabbit is white, so he can hide in the snow. An interesting insect called a walking stick looks just like a twig. These animals can hide from enemies. Oh, I'm going to highlight hide from enemies. The other thing animals do we see here is fight. I'm going to highlight fight. Some animals can fight to stay safe. I think that's important. They fight to stay safe. For example, spiders and snakes bite to kill other animals. Lions and bears have strong teeth and claws to fight. Wow, strong teeth and claws to fight. Many animals stay safe because they run, hide, or fight. Now, we're going to use this to answer our questions. Remember, we're going to look back at our text evidence to make sure we're putting the correct answer. Number 1, what was the main idea of this paragraph? That means, what was it all about? Something in general. When we talk about the main idea, we're wanting what it's talking about in general. Remember, I'm going to read all my answers before I choose one. A, animals run, hide, or fight to protect themselves. It did talk about that. B, the snowshoe rabbit is very hard to see when it snows. Now, it did say that, but that wasn't what the whole article was about. C, the best way for animals to protect themselves is to run as fast as a car. That's a great way, but that's not what the whole article was about. So when I look at this, A is the main idea. Check your paper and see if that's what you marked. Number 2, what kind of protection does an ostrich use? A, it attacks with its beak. B, it runs very fast. Or C, it hides near trees. When we talked about the ostrich, it was under run, and they have really long legs. So right here it says ostriches run very fast. So using my text evidence, I know that my answer is B. Check your work. Number 3, why does the author use headings in this article? Oh, remember we looked at our headings. Let's look back. Run, hide, fight. Is it A, to help you see important ideas? B, to make the article long enough to fit on the page? Or C, to make the pictures more important? Well, we only have one picture, so I don't think that's it. I think it was to help us know where the information was and to help us see important ideas, because when we look back for text evidence, we looked under the headings. So I'm going to say A. How many of you got those correct? Give yourselves a thumbs up if you got all those correct. We're going to use our graphic organizer, and remember, this is our tree map, and we can use this to write from. We're going to do a little bit of it today, but I want you to try and finish this, if you can, on your own after we do the tree map. Let's write our tree map together. Today, remember, we read our article about animals protecting themselves from other animals, because some animals want to eat other animals. So we've got to come up with our topic sentence. And this whole thing was about animals protecting themselves. I wonder, can you come up with a sentence, a general sentence that tells the main idea? Why don't we try? Animals protect themselves from other animals. Let's do that. Animals protect themselves from other animals. One more time. Animals protect themselves from other animals. That's what our whole article's about. So the first thing I'm going to do is write our topic sentence up there. Who remembers, what does our sentence start with? Correct. Our sentence starts with a capital letter, so I'm going to write the word animals. I'm going to make that a capital A. Animals. Oh, the next word's a big word. Protect. Protect. What letter do you think that begins with? A P. Animals protect. Protect. Let's read now. Animals protect themselves. Do you hear a little sight word in that word? You're right, them. So we know how to write them very quickly. Themselves. S would come next. Selves. Let's go back and reread. Animals protect themselves from other. Let's read. Animals protect themselves from other animals. So we've already written animals once, but this time it's going to be a lowercase letter, remember? So there's our topic sentence. What do we need at the end of that sentence? Correct. We need a period. Animals protect themselves from other animals. So when we write our tree map, the main word we're talking about is animals. So I'm going to put animals up here. And I'm going to give you just a second for you to write this. Now, what did we say animals could do? Who remembers? They run. So I'm going to put run over here. What's something else animals do? You're right, they hide. This is what they do to protect themselves. So animals can run, animals can hide, and animals can what? You're right, they fight. So now we've got to give some details. Let's see, we'll write that in blue, I think. Okay, animals run. What is some text evidence, or what are some things that we learn about animals running? Right here in our article, it says, why do they run? They run to get away. So right here, one of the things we could say to support this is they run to get away. What's something else that's said about the animals running? It makes it hard to get caught. So we could say they run to make it hard to get caught. You're right, that's a C. That one could be tricky because you might think that's an H. So we've got what animals can do and then some supporting details. Now let's talk about animals hide. Do you remember something from the article it said about animals hiding? You're right. So they can't be seen. Did you remember anything else? They hide from their enemies. Now let's think about fight. Do you remember any details about fight? Oh, you're right. Animals fight. Remember that snake and spider? By biting. Do you remember what they used? Something else they could use to fight? They fight by using strong teeth and claws. Now, we have our tree map. Remember, you choose something of each color to write your sentence. So if I wanted to write a sentence about the animals running, I could say, animals run to get away. I have my whole sentence right there. That's how I'm going to add details. So I'm going to write my topic sentence. I'm going to write a detailed sentence about when they run. I'm going to write a detailed sentence about how they hide. Remember, you just have to choose one of the blue ones from each one. And then I'm going to write a detailed sentence about when they fight. They fight by biting, or they fight by using strong teeth and claws. Then we have to wrap it all up with our closing sentence. What are the main ideas? They can run, they can hide, they can fight. I think for my closing sentence, I'm going to write something that has all that in it. What about animals can run, hide, or fight to stay safe? Once again, let's say that. Animals can run, hide, or fight to stay safe. Let's write that together. You write it on your paper while I write it here. The first word's animals. We've written animals several times, so I can just look up here and copy it quickly. Animals. Once again, remember to capitalize that first letter of your sentence. Animals can. That's a sight word, so I'm going to write that very quickly. Animals can run. Another sight word. Animals can run. What's next? Oh yes, I almost forgot. We need our comma, don't we? Because we're listing words in a series. Animals can run, hide, another comma, or fight. Animals can run, hide, or fight to stay. Almost forgot my T there. Animals can run, hide, or fight to stay. You're right. I needed that T. I almost left it out. Stay safe. Yes, an S. Say. What vowel do you hear? You hear an A. Safe. An F. Oh, but that doesn't look right. What tricky letter do I need on the end to make that word look right? You're exactly right. I need an E. I'm all done except for one thing. I've got to put my period to make it look, to let my reader know that my sentence is finished. So here we go. Animals can run, hide, or fight to stay safe. Let's read that together. Animals can run, hide, or fight to stay safe. Now, I hope you use this and you write your own paragraph today. Okay, today we're going to end our lesson with our read aloud. Normally I start the lesson with it, but today I decided to end it with it. And this is a book that I wrote, and it's called King of Hide and Seek. This is a book I wrote, so it has my name down here, by Elisa Taylor. King of Hide and Seek. I noticed my little bug's got a crown on. Let's see what's going on with this bug. Billy Bug had grown and grown and grown. He was not a little bug anymore. Mother Bug said it was time for him to go to bug school. Wonder what bug school's like. Billy Bug was very scared to go to school. He had so many questions. He wondered, will the other bugs laugh at me? Will they play with me? Are the other bugs going to be nice? Look, he doesn't look very happy, does he? Oh, why can't I just stay home? He asked his mother. She just smiled at her sweet little bug and told him he needed to go to school so he could learn new things and make new friends. Billy Bug whined, I don't want to learn new things, and I have friends like Slinky Snail and Climby Caterpillar. Look, if you look real close, you can see his friends over here on the log. But the next morning, Mother Bug gave him a nice, juicy leaf for breakfast, and when he had finished eating, off they trotted to school. Billy Bug had never been this far from his log. He was glad Mother Bug was with him. As they walked along, he felt very small. All of a sudden, he heard Mother Bug say, "Hello, Mr. Stick Bug. How are you today?" However, Billy saw no one. He asked her, "Mom, who are you talking to?" "Mr. Stick Bug up on the branch," she said. Billy Bug had to look very closely to see Mr. Stick Bug. He looked just like a little twig on the branch. I do see him. There he is. He does look like a little twig. "Can we hide like that?" he asked. "Well, yes, you can," said his mother. "What color are you?" "Well, red, just like you," Billy Bug said with bewilderment. It means he was confused. He didn't know why Mom was asking it. "Then watch this," she said. She flew up and landed on a beautiful red flower. She yelled down, "Do you see me?" Billy looked and looked, but he could not see her. Finally, he yelled, "I give up." Wonder why he couldn't see her. Do you know why? Jumping off one of the petals, Mother Bug came flying back down next to Billy Bug, and off they went. Why do you think he couldn't see her? Before Billy knew it, he was at school. He met his teacher, Mrs. Cockroach. She seemed nice enough, but all that work was hard. Look, she's welcoming him into school. They're doing math and ABCs. Who was the first bug president? I didn't know bugs had presidents. Mrs. Cockroach had them count their legs. It took Climby Caterpillar a long time to count his. Look, I'm not done. Oh, Little Bug said he had 6. She made them write their names. Once again, it took Climby Caterpillar a long time to write his. Look how sad he looks trying to write his long name. Then she put a picture on the wall and asked, "What do you see?" I don't see anything. Do you see anything? Let's see. Sally Stinkbug, Billy thought she was the teacher's pet, said she saw a snowflake. I kind of see that. Mikey Mouse said he saw a snowman. Billy Bug saw nothing, but a big sheet of white nothing. Finally, Mrs. Cockroach said, "Look closely. Does anyone see a polar bear?" Then she pointed to a spot on the paper. Billy saw it. It was a polar bear. You could see his eyes if you looked very closely. Mrs. Cockroach said the polar bear was camouflaged. Billy thought about his mom and Mr. Stickbug. That's it. They were camouflaged. Mrs. Cockroach said the polar bear was camouflaged. Billy thought about his mom and Mr. Stickbug. That's it. They were camouflaged. So see, you couldn't see his mom and you couldn't really see Mr. Stickbug. When the school bell rang, he could not wait to tell his mother what he had learned. He went bolting out the school door. That means he ran out very quickly. He wanted her to know his new word, camouflage. His mom asked, "What was your favorite part of school today?" Billy Bug proudly said, "Recess, because when we played hide and seek, no one could find me because I was camouflaged. I won every time. I am the king of hide and seek." So did Billy Bug learn a new word? He did, camouflage. So my son Kyle was camouflaged. Even Cotton was a little hard to see. He's camouflaged too, and that helps protect them. I'm glad you were with us today. I hope you enjoyed the story.